lockdown day. I don't know anymore, I just know that it's Tuesday. The video I posted yesterday began with me attacking people who were having a go at Christians. So in the interest of balance, I thought today I'd have a go at some Christians. I'm becoming so balanced I might as well work for the BBC. An American minister called the Reverend Tony Spell. Spell? As in witchcraft? Tony was proud to announce that on Easter Sunday, over 1,300 people congregated at his church in direct defiance to the state's lockdown guidance. A worldwide pandemic of a highly infectious disease, so why not get lots of people together? Reverend Spell has already been arrested for breaking lockdown guidance, but in his words, Christians do not fear death, they fear living in fear. Even if that is the case, members of his congregation will still have friends and family, so they could pass the infection on. So even though the congregation may fear living in fear, many other people just want to fucking live. Is it just me? Or does it sound like Reverend Black Magic, or whatever his name is establishing a cult? Give it 2 or 3 years, it'll be poisoned Kool-Aid time. The rules around this global lockdown are there for a reason. It's to get us through this pandemic. And if you can't see that for yourself, then at least do it for the sake of Sam Smith. But at least no other Christian minister could be stupider than that. Unless you include the man who teaches Bible studies to President Donald Trump. Reverend Ralph Drollinger, the president's spiritual advisor, has said that COVID-19 is God's wrath, being caused by 2 things: environmentalism and homosexuality. Number 1, environmentalism. Apparently God is angry because we're not using his gifts of coal and oil as much as we used to. Now, in no way am I a theologian, but wouldn't caring for the planet and living healthier lives be more religious? Isn't cleanliness next to godliness? Number 2, the gays. Now, it's no real surprise that a Bible basher is once again blaming everything on the homos. Apparently, tolerance of gays and lesbians has brought down God's wrath. Isn't that the same shit that lunatic from the Westboro Baptist Church was preaching a few years ago? Something I've never really been able to understand is why so many religious groups are hostile towards homosexuals. Because if you believe that God created everything, and that God could be Jehovah or Allah or a shape-shifting lizard alien, but if they created everything, they must have also created homosexuals. Are you saying that God made a mistake? Also, a lot of the religious types who think that homosexuality is a sin and depraved tend to be inbred cousin fuckers. And that's just the Christians. Other religions which are even less tolerant to homosexuality, well, being gay is wrong, but if you're a 45-year-old man and you want to marry a 12-year-old girl, game on. I've just realised the first half of the word game is pronounced gay. Luckily I'm near a pile of bricks so I can stone myself to death. Now, in no way do I claim to speak on behalf of the Almighty. But if we were to come up with a list of all the things the human race has done to piss off the divine, I'm fairly certain men wearing tight white t-shirts and women wearing comfortable shoes wouldn't be at the top of the list. In fact, I think that would be below making millions of species extinct and wiping out the environment. Just to be clear, I still think Extinction Rebellion are a bunch of twats. So, in this global pandemic, we've got one minister congregating masses of people together to spread coronavirus, and the religious advisor to the most powerful man on the earth claiming that this COVID-19 outbreak is the fault of environmentalists and gays. Look, if God really did hate homosexuals, surely he'd send some big plague to wipe them all out. Oh shit. Yeah, that happened throughout the 1980s. In all seriousness, AIDS did rob us of the greatest singer of all time, Freddie Mercury. Yes, I do have a tattoo of a brown-skinned gay man on my arm. I expect next time I go to the US I'll get shot at passport control. Again, I am joking there. I love the USA, and most Americans are lovely people, but fuck me, you've got a numpty in charge at the minute. Now, if you regularly watch these videos, firstly, you have my sympathy. But second, you'll know I can talk about religion because I am an ordained minister. So, speaking as a minister of the Universal Life Church, I can say COVID-19 has not been caused by gays or environmentalists. It's not caused by 5G. It's not a bioweapon. It's a disease. And if you believe that God created everything, then he, she or it must have also created the coronavirus. And some religious nutjobs will be seeing this as God's wrath, God testing us through COVID-19. But we'll get through it. We're the human race. We'll figure out how to kill it. We can make anything extinct. Truly, I have witnessed a miracle. A cyclist said thank you. Stay safe, stay sane, and support the NHS. Truly, we live in an age of... The fucking gate there.